Hello students, I welcome you all to this FYBSc program. I am Dr. Suraksha Dongrikar, Assistant Professor at St. Xavier College, Mapsa, Goa. Program FYBSc, Subject Botany, Semester 1, Course Code BOG 101, Course Title Environmental Biotechnology, Unit 6, Sustainable Development, Module Name Economics and Environment, Economic Growth. Outline Economic Growth, GDP, Types of Economic Growth, Factors benefiting and affecting economic growth. Learning Outcomes defines economic growth, explains factors limiting economic growth, and explains causes of economic growth. Now, today in this particular lecture, I'm going to explain you all about the economic growth. What are the factors which helps to grow economic growth and the factors which delimit the economic growth. Economic growth is defined as increase in the capacity of an economy to produce goods and services compared from a period of time to another. Economic growth depends upon important factor called as GDP, that is gross domestic productivity. And this GDP is defined as the total market value of all final goods and services produced during a given time period within a nation's domestic borders. Now coming to the components of this GDP. GDP is calculated as consumption plus investment plus government spending plus export minus the imports. Now here, consumption represents all purchases of goods and services made by households. Then investment, that is I, it represents the cost of buildings, like for example factories, homes, regular business expenses, increase or decrease in business inventories. And government spending is the expenses on things like national defense, operational expenses, etc. Exports minus imports is the goods and services that are produced within our borders, but they are sold in other countries. Now, the changes in the nominal GDP of a country is due to the fluctuations in price and demand. The result may influence a country's progress. If GDP changes due to an increase in the level of production and not prices, then the productivity is said to increase. If GDP increases due to an increase in price while production remains constant, then any increase is a result of inflation and not productivity. Now coming to the types of economic growth. We have basically 4 types of economic growth. One is the boom and bust business cycle, the export-led economic growth, the consumer economic growth, and the commodity exports economic growth. Now here in the first one, the boom and the bust business cycle, basically it depends on the business. So here, the inflationary economic growth is either due to the increase in the business, which sometimes becomes unstable, and due to this instability, it causes a recession period. For example, the recession period caused during the year 2008. Second type is the export-led economic growth, where the more concentration is on the export than import. Examples are like countries Japan and China, where more export has been done. Consumer, here the main stress is given on the consumer spendings on goods and services. For example, country like US. And commodity exports is basically depends on the economic growth on the natural resources. For example, if you take Saudi Arabia, where the main natural resources is oil. If you take example of India, the main natural resources is coal. So the main commodity exports, the economic growth depends on the natural resources which are present in that particular country. Now, coming to the economic components in an economic growth. First component is the natural resources. Now, when we say natural resources, basically the presence of water, forest, soil, oil, land, natural gas, mineral deposits. These are some of the natural resources which are present in a country and which needs to be protected so that the economic growth remains constant. Second one is the physical capital or infrastructure. So here basically we deal with the production in the factories, machineries, road constructions. So these are some of the physical structures we take into consideration as far as the economic growth is concerned. Third one is the population or the labor. Here, the availability of workers or employees plays important role. If the employees or the workers of that particular country is not functional, then the economic growth will be hampered. Next is human capital. Now, human capital basically involves investment in improvement in the skills, abilities and training, especially the education system wherein we give training to the students. So, this is one of the important sector which helps in the economic growth. And the last one is technology, which basically includes the factories which can be more productive at lower costs. Now, coming to the factors limiting economic growth. The first factor is poor health and low level of education. So, if the education system is not proper and the proper care of the health is not taken, then the level of the productivity decreases. Second is the lack of necessary infrastructures. Now, for example, here, road building makes more easier for the transportation in comparison with the less structured or less grown commodities. The main transportation here is more expensive and which slows down the overall efficiency of the country. The third part is flight of the capital. Now here basically the money often flows out of the country to seek higher rates of returns. So here basically the manpower of a particular undeveloped countries, they always try to move towards the countries which are well developed. So in this case, there is always a depletion in the manpower in that particular country. Political instability. This actually retards it hampers the development of economic growth. Institutional framework. It also imparts or have a major impact on the progress of the economic growth. And the sixth one is the World Trade Organization, wherein they adopt protectionist strategies which don't help for the liberalized trade. Finally, the summary of this particular lecture: an economy grows when it has the capacity to manufacture more. Production is based on how much capital, labor, natural resources, and technology it has to produce. So, policies that encourage the accumulation of any of these leads to economic growth. Students, here are some of the references for this particular lecture. Thank you.